Some transfer rumours, not the juiciest. Some you've heard before. A couple you haven't, actually. Well, I'll tell you now. Söyüncü, bless you. Bergwijn, you know. Chalobah we've heard of before, but there seems some renewed interest. We'll get into that in just a second. But what we've got to start with is something that's been leaked by Hammers News. Big website, huge West Ham website, really good website. But they lured me in with a title where they said Hammers could be set to land 3 mega loan deals, something like that. I thought, oh, hold on. Let me have a little click. Got the old mouse there. I thought, I'll have a little click on that. And it turns out that included Kalvin Phillips. I thought, no, cheeky. So anyway, so Phillips was one of the 3. The other 2, well, they're names that you know. Now, they're Broja and Jota. We've already discussed this, but I think there's something in this news, particularly when you factor in a Chalobah as well, which is that I think Chelsea are getting a little bit more desperate. And this, the 50 million fee for Broja, that seems to be diminishing by the hour, actually, because it seemed to go from 50 to 40 to 30 to 25 really quickly, and now it's a loan deal. Honestly, I think if they leave it another few days, they'll probably be paying us to take him, which I think he should probably be doing, bearing in mind his injury record. But I do think he's a good player. You know this. I've said this on numerous occasions before. The other one, Jota, or shall we call him George Michael? It's got to be done. I have to do it. We need this player. I need this player. I want the look. I want the hair. The full Quiff Richard at the top. This is beautiful. The Buffon. I need this player. We need a player with a new nickname. But in fact, because we're losing one. We're losing El Fornicador. And we got to... I'm gutted. I am gutted about losing Pablo Fornals. I am, not for the player. He's been crap recently, let's be honest. But we need a little bit of character. We need a bit of personality. We need somebody. And I think George Michael is the very man. Jota Michael, I don't know what we'll call him. I've not decided upon that yet. I'm sure you'll tell me in the comments. Brilliant. Great player. Hasn't represented Denmark yet, but he's a fantastic player. Really, really, really good. Really tricky. And I think we'd use him before we used Ibrahim Osman. I want that guy to come in as well. As I mentioned, I covered Osman yesterday when I did the thing about Luciao and Osman. Go back and check yesterday's video. I'm not going to repeat myself on that. Chalobah, now, he's 24 now, and it's apparently West Ham or Nottingham Forest that are going to be in for this player. But again, he's available on loan, which is... I think, look, we need a defender. There's absolutely no doubt about that. We need a defender. Before I go on and talk about the defender and about Chalobah and Bergwijn and Söyüncü, who is also a defender, can I please point you in the direction of Hammers Chat's Patreon page, which is the links in the description below. That's patreon.com/Hammers Chat. There's loads of reasons to sign up for Patreon. You can do it to get discounts at our online store. We've got a sale on Conference League merch at the moment, by the way. You could join because you want extra videos. That's basically our third Hammers Chat channel. Loads of stuff on there. Anton Ferdinand podcast, Hammerlytics, player ratings, breakfast shows. One of the weirdest ones. That people's favourite show on there, for some reason, seems to be the Naked Podcast, which is where myself and Gio talk about things other than football. So if you want to find out why I get angry at self-service checkouts or why Gio's not particularly impressed with embryonic ultrasound scans, then maybe tune into that. It's better than it sounds, or you could just do it because it supports Hammers Chat. Without Patreon, we wouldn't be able to upload daily on both channels. Links in the description below. Look, defenders, we need one. Nathagerd out on African Cup of Nations at the moment. I only laugh because of that observation that somebody made that nobody seems to have missed a Gerd. The whole thing was, I wonder when Kudus is back. When's Kudus back? And nobody had mentioned Gerd. But I think we do need him back. I think he's a good player. Certainly there's a situation where Konstantinos Mavropanos is suffering let's put it this way, a crisis of confidence. Let's go with that one. Zuma, Zuma is just broken. I know we've been saying it for a long time, but it ain't great. So basically, I think someone's not missed. So Nathagerd's not missed. Mavropanos has got a great name, but he's suffering a crisis of confidence. I wouldn't say. I'll tell you what, if I was 6'4" and I had a name like Konstantinos Mavropanos, I would not be suffering from a lack of confidence. I can tell you that much. Zuma's broken. Luciel just wants to leave and doesn't get played anyway, and Ogbonna's just old. So I think, to bring in another defender might be quite a prudent strategy. Chalobah on loan, I think this ticks a lot of boxes. I really do. I think this is no bad thing at all. Steven Bergwijn, I wouldn't have dismissed this as just old news, but it's come from The Guardian, this. And whilst it hasn't come necessarily from Jacob Steinberg, who is the Guardian journalist that has close ties with David Sullivan, it's come from The Guardian, so they're sort of guilty by association, aren't they, really, as far as I'm concerned. Bergwijn, a lot has been made of the captaincy. I mean, is he Ajax's captain? And by the way, I've got to say that I have been corrected over the last few days when we're talking about Ajax, that Ajax are not, in fact, a Danish or a Belgian club. No, they're, in fact, a club from Dutchland. So I just would like to say that I've been corrected on that one. I can see there's some sort of truth possibly in the Bergwijn one. I can't see it. I think the others are more likely. I think Osman does seem more realistic. Bergwijn's probably the best player at the moment. But come on, Jota, George Michael. It just seems to be. It seems like the stars are aligning for this particular one. I don't know. I might be completely wrong on that. Last but not least, Söyüncü. I mean, this was just like a weird link. I've never heard of this. I've never heard any rumour. I just saw today this story saying, Söyüncü is... I don't even remember what it said. Something about Söyüncü, something about Atletico Madrid, something about him wanting to go somewhere else, and the strong rumours linking Söyüncü with West Ham have been... he's decided not to go to West Ham. Well, hold on. Firstly, I don't think Söyüncü was ever going to go to West Ham. I don't think we were ever interested in him, and there's certainly never been any link. So I don't know why they're denying it. It's like me rejecting a date with Margot Robbie, who hasn't even bloody asked me out anyway. So let's just put that to bed right now. The rumour, not Margot Robbie, obviously. Now listen, we got one last player that I just I've got to talk about here, and it is Said Benrahma. Where are these links to Said Benrahma and this money that's supposedly meant to be on its way from any one of these French clubs? I just think, some of these journalists have not been paying attention when they're linking foreign clubs making sort of £20 million bids for players. It's not just Benrahma. It's really not. Everyone's skint. I don't mean you and me. Crikey, talk. Have you seen that? Bloody hell, honestly. I'm not going to say, have you seen the price of stuff in Co-op? Of course you have. But listen, I'm not talking about you and me. I mean, the football clubs are skint. And you're just not seeing, apart from the very richest clubs, maybe Bayern Munich and some of the oil-rich clubs like Paris Saint-Germain. Aside from that, everyone's skint. There's not a whole load of clubs in the sort of, in the mid-table in Germany or in France or in Italy that have £20 million here or there to throw around. I just really can't see it. And I think West Ham have probably got to realign their expectations if we're going to look to try and offload some of these players. I'd be gobsmacked. Honestly, I would stand up and I would applaud if West Ham got £20 million out of a foreign club for Said Benrahma. I'd be gobsmacked. I'd be amazed. Can't see it happening. I think we might have to let him go on loan in the same way that there's a sort of balancing of realisation from Chelsea at the moment, who, clearly are having to look at their own situation and think, OK, nobody's buying Broja for 50 million. Maybe we want to get him out on loan for a little bit. I think it's the sensible thing to do. Look, we've still got a little bit at a transfer window left. I would like to see us bring in one more player, irrespective. Look, do you know what? Any of those ones would do. I just think one more would do, actually. I could make a case for us actually needing a defender and needing another wide player. But I do think the team looks very exciting, that's for sure. We don't play again in this transfer window. So, we play on what do we play on? February the 1st, don't we? We're playing Bournemouth. I'll actually be going to that game, so I'll be heading up to Stratford upon Avon to watch that game against Bournemouth myself. So, really looking forward to that. But anyway, there you go. That's a transfer roundup for today. Hopefully you tune in tomorrow if you're not disgusted by ridiculous George Michael puns.